Well, let's talk about the Biden administration. You mentioned that 58% support mark. Obviously, there's some trepidation as to how this war unfolds. Are you seeing any signs that that popularity may be shaky? I mean, again, it's early days yet, but
Well, that was 58% approval of his Israel policy, which, like I said, considering that so many people don't like President Biden, namely all the Republicans,
right.
he generally has been getting 35 to 40% approval on virtually any issue. So that says there are a lot of independent voters who said, you know what, he has actually stepped out of his kind of normal partisan framework here. He's willing to even maybe take on some opposition within the Democratic Party. That is the kind of thing that gets what the president needs. Right?
Yeah.
It's called swing voters. Right now, in our poll, Trump is winning by 4 or 5 points. In most polls, Trump is ahead over Biden. And
Yeah.
so the focus here on, do all Democrats support his policy? No, all Democrats don't support his policy. Does America overall support his policy? They do for now. This thing develops over time. You really have seen America has like a limited patience for dealing with combat and wars, and we will see what happens. We will see what happens here. But is his ability here to pick up votes? Look, the voters who disagree with him where he is, I don't think they're voting for Donald Trump for president. Okay.
We've seen Dean Phillips come into the, at least be a contender, wanting for the primary to be the Democratic candidate. You've got long experience in this area. What do you make of this? Is this likely to succeed? Is he likely to succeed in some respect?
I mean, is it likely to succeed? No. I think the Biden team made a little bit of a mistake in New Hampshire. I think that then Dean Phillips could pull out maybe New Hampshire delegates, but I guess those delegates won't be seated. I mean, I don't know whether or not they're official delegates, not official delegates. I mean, Dean Phillips is as pro-Israel as Biden, so there's not an issue. And Biden is performing his role as president better, I think, in this issue so far than any, so he can showcase that in fact he deserves a term if he comes out. Look, this thing's just in the beginning phases. The next couple of months here and how the Biden and the Biden team react here, will determine his presidency, and that's the way these presidencies go. You think
Israel will determine his presidency? I mean, he's still losing to Donald Trump. You said in terms of the actual
he is today.
Man. Pardon?
He is today, but these things haven't played themselves out. Donald Trump has a lot of emerging weaknesses here through all of these trials, and I don't think people expected Biden to step up as much as he has here. And of course, the Republican side can do a lot of partisan criticism, but as I said to you before, this is his opportunity actually to win over a lot of swing voters if he can be effective here in managing this crisis. And look, George Bush never expected his presidency to be about 9/11. Presidencies take unexpected turns, and they test the leadership here, in unexpected ways. If the election was on economy and immigration, Joe Biden was having a tough time winning that.
Mm-hmm.
If you pull out here, a thing here where Hamas no longer rules Gaza, but the conflict doesn't become a regional war, successfully contains Iran. He has a number of challenges ahead of him here to thread this needle. If he does it, it'll be a lot more than anybody expected he could do.